So I might have bitten off a little more than I can chew, used the wrong material, the wrong approach, and maybe just a bad idea altogether. This all started when my little brother wanted a record player for Christmas. We found a cheap Amazon stand and decided to go with it. Let's just say it was a major disappointment. I got inspired when I saw a woodworker make an oak tool chest. It was a beautiful piece. Since then, oak has always intrigued me, but I've never heard good things. It's brittle, definitely not great for hand-cut dovetails, but it's also heavy, stable, and strong. Perfect for a record player base. So let's see if it's gonna work or if I made a huge mistake. We're gonna do 3 slots for records down below. The record player is just gonna sit on top. Those dimensions are gonna be that 17 inches, and I'm thinking just making a square all around so it's kind of a cube. I think that'll look real good. We'll try and do some legs on a 45, see how that goes. And I'm thinking dovetails, although that might be a bit of a challenge. Let's see where this goes. Okay, so now I got 2 straight edges, which will allow me to go glue up and not worrying about lining my edges up perfectly every time. Go glue up. What I'm going to show you now, I just laid out my first set of pins. So using those dividers, I was able to evenly divide these up. Now I'm just going to cut each of these pins after I lay out the next 4. What we are left with. Just got to do that 4 more times. One of the most challenging parts about doing dovetails is getting the pins to match up with the tails. The way I've been taught is the blue tape method. This way you transfer the pins exactly so that they line up perfectly with the tails every time. As you can see, what I'm doing is I'm taking the blue tape and laying it down over across the end of my board. Then I'm going to line up my tail board and scribe those into the blue tape. Once they're fully scribed, I can just pull off the tape and follow my cut lines. This is where we're at. Got the pins cut, and then I take out the majority of the material with the coping saw. Now we're gonna go back onto the jig so we can trim up all the little stuff here and there. Now for the moment of truth. Is it gonna fit? Am I gonna break something? Something gonna split? This one worked out well, so cross my fingers for 4 more times. Glue up time. So I'm using a slow acting glue because there's a lot of pins and that glue will dry really fast, and making sure it all gets squared up and put together can be challenging. All glued up. Let that sit overnight. It's looking pretty nice. Definitely need to do some cleanup on all these edges. The pins. It's coming together nice. Well, I would recommend take the tape off before you glue up. Probably took me about 20 minutes just to get all the little pieces of tape off. Here's where the oak started to get to me. I started running the plane against the grain, and it caused a lot of blowout and chip out, and it was quite hard to fix. It also cut through the edge of the grain there and caused a couple of defects that I wasn't able to get out with the sander. And I guess this is just where the choice of oak hit me hard. So, got these legs roughly cut out, turned out pretty nice. So now I'm just smoothing out this finished edge and the top and bottom, and then I can go and put a round over on top of it. See the nice smooth finish that it leaves on there. finished. This is going to be the record stand. The record player is going to sit right up top, and then we're going to be able to store records down below. It's a nice small record stand, not going to take up too much space, but it'll look nice and pretty. I think it turned out really great. The Dovetails came out. We did have a couple that weren't beautiful, but overall I think it turned out really great. I want to thank Snow College for letting me use the facilities today. If you are ever in need of trying to learn some of the things you saw, feel free to reach out to Snow College. The program's great and I would highly recommend it.
Let me know what you thought in the comments. How can I improve? And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like.